What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven once again with some Once Upon a Galaxy, and in the recent patch, Gokatoo received a buff. Now, when Gokatoo falls to 1 heart, you get 2 bonus shops. I don't think that that's going to push Goku into being a great captain, but it is a little bit better, and I want to try it out. So we're going to play Gokatoo instead of one of my favorite captains here, Preeminent Prodigy, and this is the custom deck that I currently have for Gokatoo. I don't have that many cards unlocked because I don't love this captain, but I am making do with what we currently have. And basically the idea here is try to play for tempo as much as we can in the early game. The Gokatoo custom deck comes with a mage deck here to start off with, and some of these cards are fairly reasonable tempo, especially the recently buffed the Fates. So we do want to make use of that, and Morgan Le Fay and Calypso. Some of these cards we've cut though, because we don't want to be trying to do crazy things with like Plunder Penny and Genie of the Lamp when our captain is not that strong to begin with. The other thing that you might notice that I am doing here with my Gokatoo custom deck is I have a few really powerful epics. These are the most powerful epics that I currently have unlocked on Gokatoo. I don't have that many cards unlocked because I don't really like this captain, so we're making do with what we have. But I have found that when you fall to 1 heart, you are typically on turn 7 or 8. And that means that you have access to epic cards. And with those bonus shops, I think trying to roll and either complete a gold version or just pick up a few of these powerful epic cards can set you up really nicely for the end game. I'm also playing a small dip into Candy with Sour Patch Kid, Jumping, Jelly Bean. Both of those seem like reasonable early game tempo, and Twilight Sprinkles and Viscount Chocolat are pretty good cards if you can start snowballing with them. So that's the idea. Let's see how it works here with Gokatoo. And in the early game, like I said, I'm going to just prioritize tempo over everything else. Also, Miseria. We'll pick up Miseria should we find her, but otherwise, I'm just going to go for tempo over anything. Now, this is a tricky decision. I think we do take the Fates here, though. And yeah, we can put it, sure, it's all the same. And okay, this opponent with some summons is not actually looking that bad for us here. We are able to beat this Geppetto. Nice. Okay, now Sour Patch Kid can make it into his trusty slot here. This did receive a nerf in the recent patch, but we can potentially make it work if we can find some candy bonuses to go along with it. I'm debating Peter Pan, especially this early in the game. It does seem good, and it will pump up the pick, so it will pump up the Sour Patch Kid. So we are just going to grab the Peter Pan here. I'm tempted to go for this, but this also puts an extra health on both of these, so it's about the same amount of stats and doesn't allow me to survive the Huntsman, unfortunately. And it looks like we've already lost our first heart. With no Captain Power, that is just going to happen. Now, we could take Ember for +1/+2 on everything. That is not too shabby, or we go for Pan Shadow. I think we just go for Ember and continue to try to pump this Sour Patch Kid as much as we possibly can. Which of these two pumps it more? You know what? This is the better tempo play. I'd love to pick up an egg here, but that is simply not going to work. We're going to Twinkle Twinkle and hope that we've put enough stats on the board to get us into turn 7 or 8. Sour Patch Kid gets attacked into again, and okay, we're at least winning these fights. Not too terrible here. Probably go for a 2-headed wizard. Whatever we grab has +4/+4 on it, so we could also go for the 3 bags full and delay that choice a little bit, but 2-headed wizard is good when we are also looking for ways to sweeten our candy. And I do think that Gumdrop is simply good enough. We'll throw that onto the Sour Patch Kid. We'll actually throw the 2-headed wizard into this slot, and we've got I think a respectable board at this point that will get us to turn 8 and get us those bonus shops then. So That is the whole idea. We'll see how long we can hold out. Karma Chameleon's interesting. This is giving +2/+3 to back slots, but we're going to grab our first treasure of the game here with picks. And both of these are fine. Let's go for Masterwork Scrolls, because it's probably the best on Sour Patch Kid, right? This doesn't work with it. We don't need Mama Bear, because we already are going to get big stats with all of this. This is +1/+1 to the Sour Patch Kid. That's like nothing. Oh, it also pumps up the two-headed wizard. Sure. We'll take it. Not super impressed with that, though, and it does look like we might wind up losing this fight. Yeah, because we did not really find anything great, but you can see we are on pace to grab our bonus shops here on turn 8. I think we should start to pick up some epic cards that put more power onto the board. Question is that Sparkles or is that White Whale? We'll go for Sparkles. And then we could go for Mousetrap. I think we'll just go for Peter Pan here, though. That also pumps up the Sparkles buff, so that's good. Queen of Hearts could be good for us in a moment as well, and could also just help us be strong. I could have put Queen of Hearts into the two-headed wizard slot. We really need this Sour Patch Kid to hold it down. Up against a Titania is not fantastic for Geppetto, but it's interesting, and it does look like we will actually wind up winning this fight and healing back our heart. And you know what? That's fine. If we don't use our bonus shops on turn 8, then we wind up using them on turn 9+, which is also, I think, totally reasonable and something that you're not going to get upset about. So happy enough with that. Thinking about tossing picks, but now it's +8 health. I think we do have to keep it. So I'm going to toss the two-headed wizard, and immediately we find a True Love's Kiss here. What do we want to kiss? I think we'll kiss the queen. No, I'll kiss Ironcast Dragon. I'm not super inclined to cast a bunch of spells on Ironcast Dragon regardless, so just turning it into a legendary, giving us the opportunity to kiss it again if we find an early kiss next turn, seems fine to me. We are down to 1.5 hearts at this point, and probably time to toss picks. Another Jabberwocky pickup for sure. And then Midas Touch on the Jabberwocky is not like the most important thing to do here. We could take a Captain Hook. That's another good card for Sparkles, actually. Sure, we'll take Captain Hook, and we'll see if we can survive this fight. Wow, 1 health that was down to. That's a bummer. And 5 health there. No. So we are going to get our bonus shops here and +9 on all of our slots. So what can we do with all of these bonus shops? We could use these bonus shops to complete a Scarecrow this turn, or we could start working towards Uther Pendragon. This is like a fairly neglected card, I'll say, in Once Upon a Galaxy, but it does give you a chance to high roll if you can make it to this point in the game. I think I'm going to go for Scarecrow. I like Uther Pendragon more. I mean, I think Scarecrow is just a really good opportunity. So I think we've got to toss Sparkles here. It's not really scaling as much as everything else. It's maybe scaling a little bit more than Sour Patch Kid. Yeah, okay. And we still get to keep all the slot buffs. Nice. A second Scarecrow just delays this choice, though we could also put a Conan in this slot, and that seems really good to me too. Question is, do we want to keep Sparkles or do we want to keep Captain Hook? I'm going to keep Captain Hook. Captain Hook was almost good enough, and with Oberon could certainly be good enough. Now we are going to have to, I guess, do this. Yeah, let's not worry about the Kraken. Let's focus on the Captain and the Conan of it all. Conan goes up to 85. This puts it up to 91, which is not going to make or break anything. So let's pump up the Jabberwocky here. And maybe in the next turn or two, we will unlock the power of the Scarecrow. Jabberwocky goes down, but Captain Hook does grab the Slay, which is enough, or Hunt rather, which is enough for us to be able to grab that combat win. We'll cycle through this. I wouldn't mind picking up the Kraken eventually, but not now. Not now. Cycle through Sparkles. Yep. And now we can replace Scarecrow with a Friar Tuck. That's totally fine. We're not really Rainbow Bridging it. We are also not really Midas Throning it. So I suppose we will make our Farewell abilities Hunt abilities, which does work for Jabberwocky, I do believe. So that's fine. We're only going to be able to cast one spell here. So let's Mixo-Macho one of these two. Let's Mixo-Macho the Friar Tuck so we can keep it around for longer. Oh, wow. This is a big opponent here. Captain Hook does get to steal something. That is quite nice, but it won't be enough to allow me to survive this fight. We'll lose half a heart. We do complete this treasure, though, so we can either grab the Galactic Mega Mall, Zeng's Buka Dao. I think we're going to go for Zeng's Buka Dao. A bonus shop of all legendary characters could help us find some other interesting ways to high roll here. And Tin Man we can't even take at this point, so I guess we will finally just cycle through Uther Pendragon. Feels a little bit late for Viscount Chocolat as well. We will just grab Oberon, and we will grab another Oberon. That's not too shabby. So big brass cannonballs, Excalibur. Ooh, this means that all of my cards also have that as a hunt ability. Okay, that's some synergy. So, yeah, it's kind of tricky how we can get all of these things onto the board and in the best positions. I almost think this might be the best call for us here. This is a very weird ordering puzzle, but I want to put Captain Hook in this slot. I think that that's the most important thing to be doing. I want him either in this slot or this slot, and putting him here allows him to get buffed up by the axe when my other things hunt or die. So this looks like a good strategy for us for now. Kraken actually grabs the hunt too, and Jabberwocky, and we actually just walk out of this one with a pretty solid win, and we're back up to 1 heart. Okay. I don't think that this is ever doing enough for us here. Let's take Twinkle Twinkle to start off with. Yeah, none of these are great. I mean, this pumps up the Jabberwocky. Oh, and it gives us our bonus shop. Sure, I guess when in doubt, just casting our spells is totally reasonable. Give a character +10/+10. No, let's cycle through Conan and then meet something in the tavern. That's going to be a Goldilocks, which is good with the Kraken, but I think ultimately we're just going to cycle through that here. This opponent is also huge, but you know what? We are actually pretty big at this stage of the game as well. We only lose half a heart. I feel like that was actually winnable, though, which is kind of crazy. Let's go for Friar Tuck first, because if we can upgrade this, then we only have to cast 1 spell. And now we get to Candy Kiss something. And we can grab a golden legendary candy secret rare. It's not a legendary. A golden secret rare candy. That's pretty good. The Oberon is giving us the most stats right now. The Kraken is our weakest card. And the Jabberwocky also has some potential. Let's put it on the Kraken. And if we find, like, Paul, then that becomes something that makes a lot of sense. If we find Echoing Fae, I still think that that is totally reasonable. Now we could go for 3 wrappers and grab a candy treasure. Sure. Oh, that also gives us a bonus shop here. That's not terrible. Sweet Lesser Mimic. Oh, let's go for Sweet Lucky Chest, and maybe with our Zeng's Buka Dao, we will find a legendary golden triple and then grab a secret rare treasure. That makes the most sense to me right now. We also find another True Love's Kiss. This card will not turn into candy, but what is going to meet this fate now? I do like... Oh, actually, we're kind of set up with the Echoing Fae, because this is not terrible regardless. I was keeping the Jabberwocky thinking it could pump up the Echoing Fae, but now I think I'm going to toss the Jabberwocky, and that is going to turn into Tiamat, which also has a hunt ability. So Tiamat's going to go first now. Captain Hook second. Sure. Oh, Friar Tuck. Oh, this will give us a secret rare treasure. Wow, make everything into dragons with the World Shrub? Seems good. Seems good, or hear me out. This is tough. This is tough because I either grab the World Shrub, everything becomes a dragon, Tiamat gives all of my dragons farewell, and hunt. Grab a random treasure. Or I go for Infinity Mitten, and then everything has hunt, get 4 random treasures. Oh gosh. I think in order, the safest pickup here is plus 1000 sword. I can put Captain Hook in the 1000 sword slot, and then it's like impossible to lose. I could also put Tiamat in the 1000 sword slot and feel fairly comfortable about that. Next would be the World Shrub. It still does something really cool, and it does something a little bit quicker. The Infinity Mitten has the highest potential here, but is very, very greedy. What would you take? Let me know in the comments down below. What I wind up taking here will ultimately probably determine this game. The World Shrub, making everything a candy, is a little bit more stats as well. That is something to consider. It's also a lot of fun. I think I'm going to go for World Shrub. Everything becomes a dragon. And we'll see what we can do from there. I think then I do this. All right, hopefully I did not just cost myself the game. Oh, okay, this is the easy opponent. I think we've done it. Tiamat grabs a Sword of Valor, which is fine because everything's a hero. Sword of Valor just got pumped in the most recent patch. I can't even click on it here. Okay, we're doing fine. We made the right decision. So now I can click on these. Whenever one of your heroes attacks, all of my cards are heroes. Give all of your characters +1/+2, which means the Echoing Fae gets to go even further. The KO star, I grabbed that at some point during the fight. Now all of my cards being villains means they all just got +100. That looks good. My recruit abilities trigger twice. Don't know if that's doing anything just yet, but we'll see. And whenever I discover a treasure, keep an extra one. I think that this World Shrub is going to work out. And what are we going to grab now to complement our board? We can use this. This will give my shop. Let's think of what this would be. This would give my, my back slots plus, because we have 5 candy bonuses and then we have 1 fairy bonus. So I believe this will give my back slots +7 +6. Oh, +7 +8 twice for +14 +16. Oh, I have a double Peter Pants there. So that will give my back slots +14 +18. It's fine. It's fine. The Shadowmancer. Man, I think I'm just going to cycle through this, though. The Shadowmancer is really good and cool, but I don't want to cut anything currently on my board just yet. Unfortunately. I'd love to pick up Jasmine Dragon here, but I do need to cast a spell in order to grab a bonus shop from Friar Tuck, so we're going to do that first. Then we are going to silver the Uther Pendragon. I would love this to actually come into fruition, just so that way, we actually get to use it to some extent. This gives the buffs on the next treasure I discover +12 +16. That is pretty fantastic. I could also just pump up 2 random slots. No, we are going to cycle through these elves. Oh, wait. No, this is your farewell abilities. Yeah, nothing to do with our recruits. Hopefully we have enough stats to take on this opponent. I do think that we might. Oh, I should backline Tiamat. Oh, that's a mistake. Okay. Tiamat definitely needs to be backlined. Doesn't matter. And you know what? I'm kind of happy that we get to walk away from that fight with a total tie. So that way we can continue to play with this game longer. Goldilocks is going to give us it's going to give us 2 legendary treasures at this point. I don't think we have any room to add Goldilocks to the board. I don't think it's better than Oberon. So unfortunately, we're just going to cycle out of this one here. That is going to give us Excalibur for a big buff on all of our heroes, because the next treasure that we pick up gets to get a bunch of bonus stats. When one of your characters is KO'd, give your other characters some stats. or each fight you give your characters plus 17, plus 21. I mean, this is just an incredible amount of stats here for each of my heroes. So I've got 5 of them. So this is like 160 on attack and health. Oh, I grab another one. This will not have the bonus on it though. This is good with Echoing Fae. So sure. The other thing was also good with Echoing Fae, and then I find a Karma Chameleon. I don't want to lose Oberon. I don't want to lose Friar Tuck. We're going to have to lose Oberon here because Karma Chameleon's too cool. And yeah, there's no other way to put this in. So this goes in here. Now we're going to grab a Twinkle Twinkle just for the bonus shop of Friar Tuck. And we're going to put that bonus right onto a Karma Chameleon and then finish off with Ember, I believe. Oh, this is not a recruit ability. Sure. Do I want a bonus spell here? Or do I just want to go for... Yeah, I'm just going to go for double Ember and then 2 more treasures off of this. Warp Drive Engine seems fine. And then, what is this? Oh, spells count for Treasure Hoard. I don't really have much in the way of Treasure Hoard. Just this one dragon, right? When you buff a slot... Am I doing that? I don't think I'm doing that. No. Let's definitely take this. I guess I'll go for this. This keeps Tiamat, like, really, really big. Oh, that's right. We still have to beat this opponent twice. Fabulous. Captain Hook does not go down. Karma Chameleon is going to grab the hunt and transform into something else. Then this will trade with Friar Tuck, and then Echoing Fae will take out the picks and give me another treasure as we gear up for our final fight here on turn 17. We could just get Stroken. That is not too terrible. This gives my buffs on all of my cards an additional plus 6 plus 7. Picked up a Nanny McFay there. I think we just stroke it. That seems good enough to me. This makes this silver. Doesn't really do anything else. Let's just meet something in the bakery then. That's going to be a Titania, which is not terrible. You know what? Last fight of the game, let's replace Friar Tuck. Ooh, and then a Candy Kiss. A Candy Kiss on either Titania or Captain Hook. I mean, we have to go for it. That is going to land on Titania, I think, here ultimately. And that is going to give us Ghost Armor. No, Big Bad Wolf, still not too bad. We'll throw it in like this. I think Big Bad Wolf will be able to get the hunt there, and Captain Hook in slot number 2 is certainly better. Yeah, Big Bad Wolf is hunting, and we're stroking. Stroke of genius here. Big Bad Wolf going to grab the hunt on... I don't know if they have a plus 1000 sword or just a really big card in that first slot, but either way, we take it down, and we take down the game with Gokatoo, putting in some nice work with the bonus shop. I think that playing for tempo in the early game was definitely super helpful. And this is a pretty powerful final board here for us. That is going to be it though for me here today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm just going to take a look at everything that we've grabbed here. This game, we grabbed a Wonder Box on the last second and 2 more cards. I don't think Fairy Queen will make it into Gokatoo, but honestly, Friendly Spirit could. Just some early game tempo from Friendly Spirit is not too terrible. I'll have to consider that, at least. That is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.